Chelsea on a good day have no business in the Club World Cup.
You are an Arsenal fan now, so you are not happy Chelsea
I
won.
don't have to be an Arsenal
fan. You guys never win anything now.
If I'm a Chelsea fan,
don't bring Chelsea now.
The same.
European clubs will just come in through the back door. As a matter of fact, they play the semi-final, and in most cases, they win. They get to the final and they become champions. Who becomes champion by playing just 2 matches?
Real Madrid had to bribe their players $1 million.
What do you mean bribe?
They try to bribe their players to motivate them. They try to
if I'm motivating
them with
you,
money. And if it was the Champions
so
League, they wouldn't need to use money to motivate them.
Luis Enrique fighting Joao Pedro just because they lost the final, and you're saying that is cash grab. How much will PSG had won to make a coach who just won the Champions League to go and be fighting someone who has never won, has not to be corrected anything in his life? Welcome to another amazing episode of the Honourable Football Diaries, the football podcast where banter meets bold take and no position is offside. Are you a fan of the tiki-taka, counter-attack, park the ball style of play? Do you support the English Premier League, La Liga, French Ligue 1, the Italian Serie A, Bundesliga, Nigerian Professional Football League? My name is Honourable Template and I am your host for this podcast. We will be discussing about the recently concluded 2025 FIFA Club World Cup. Some segment of fans, some sessions of legends, football legends, believe FIFA needs to take footballers' health as a priority. Why the likes of Arsene Wenger has knocked out those arguments. He believes this recent model of competition has brought the needed inclusiveness into the competition. 2025 FIFA Club World Cup, global glory or cash grab? Discussing this amazing topic with me is a guy we call The Analyst. The Analyst, welcome to another amazing episode of Honourable Football. This is your third time, right?
Yes.
Welcome on board.
Thank you so much for
inviting me. So do you think the FIFA Club World Cup is about global glory or cash grab for FIFA?
If it was going to be global glory, it will not have this backlash that has been coming to the Club World Cup. We can, in fact, just looking at it, the main thought of the Club World Cup in itself is to show that it was just a money grab. Why will you introduce a 32-man tournament when they just finished playing the league in most of the European leagues? Why will you introduce an expanded tournament, which was not like this before in the past? Before, it was held around January, and it had just about between December and January. It was about 10 teams, but now you introduced a new format, 32 teams, and then all of a sudden, you think players won't get injured. You think so many things won't happen. Of course, it is just definitely a money grab. There is no other explanation to it. To also add, why would this Club World Cup even be more than the World Cup in itself?
You mean in terms of revenue?
Revenue, yes. In terms of revenue, it's about $1 billion in terms of revenue. And for the media teams, the TV license,
TV rights.
The TV rights cost about $2 billion for all these big media companies to be able to cover the Club World Cup. That enough shows that the money that was invested in it, and the money that was to be shared, and the money that was also to be made by FIFA themselves was the reason they brought this tournament, not because of any other thing, but just because of the money. Okay,
so, well, you have a point, but Arsene Wenger said everybody is entitled to his or her own opinion. You mentioned injuries. In every competition, you will always have injuries. Injuries is, should I say injuries are part of the game, or injuries is part of the game? There is no competition you will play that you will have injuries. Rodri was injured.
Yes, we know
as early as September.
Yes, in the Premier League.
And he didn't recover until
close to the end of the league.
I think this is just about European teams. European teams believes life evolves around them. You will never see a club from Africa. You will never see a club from Asia. You will never see a football club from Brazilian league, other leagues complain about this football club. Just hold on now. About this Club World Cup, right?
Yes.
You said it's about revenue, the revenue for FIFA.
Yeah.
A Marcus Rashford at Manchester United is earning £350,000.
Yes.
Kai Havertz at Chelsea reportedly is about 250 thereabout. Arsenal, yes, is earning about £250,000. I can go on and on. You have Raheem Sterling, who basically played nothing all throughout last season, earning almost £300,000. Where do you think clubs will get this money? Right? You said TV rights. Do you know that for the first time in my life, I was able to watch FIFA Club World Cup? All this while, I'm not sure you've ever watched NSF because wait now, not highlight, not on YouTube.
No, before how it was that it's not all this Al Jazeera and all of that. No,
I just use them as an example.
I know the issue then was that the European teams would only enter when it's towards the semi or when it's the semi-final.
They never showed them too.
They
now.
never. Really
they never showed
the competition. But the European teams will only enter in the semi-final.
But
it was said
if I'm to make my own, if I'm to add to that, that's part of the reasons. You will see, the competition itself was not really, apart from it's a FIFA Club World Cup. Ordinarily, it's not even supposed to be recognized. Imagine a club from Brazil defeating Inter Milan, Botafogo defeated PSG. Have you ever witnessed such competition? Al Hilal knocked out Manchester City
in 2012.
No, wait.
In 2012.
In
2012.
I'm not saying they've never won.
Fluminense beat Chelsea in the Club World Cup. Do you remember that?
Yeah, of course not.
I'm
not saying they've.
So it is not a new team.
You don't understand what I'm.
It's not necessarily a new team.
You don't understand where I'm coming from. I'm not coming from the fact that they defeated or they didn't. I'm saying the inclusiveness in the competition.
It has always been inclusive.
Look at there was.
It has always been inclusive.
No.
Yes,
you can't say that.
It has always been inclusive because it had teams from Africa.
How many teams from Africa?
The one. Of course.
Now we had almost 4.
It was the winners of the CAF Champions League now.
That's what I'm saying now.
Yes, now
it's broad.
Naturally, it doesn't have to be broad because
Why?
What it only needs should be the winners of the CAF Champions League, the winners of the Copa Libertadores, the winners of the
European
Champions League, the winners in Asia, and probably the winners in Oceania. The reaction
and
to
I just
the Super
asked you a
League.
question.
But I want to
where do you think
yes, I want to ask.
are meant to generate revenue from?
Wait, we are going to.
The Chelsea. Do you know how much?
Wait,
Chelsea
you said where should they get their revenue from? Of course, they have many revenues now. They have the sponsorship deals. They have the ticketing.
So you're not saying that they won't get anything. So because they should limit their scope to a particular.
The Club World Cup in itself should not be the main source of the funds for the club. The club. Before Club World Cup, of course, many clubs have been generating huge revenue. Man United, for example, made a record deal with Adidas some years back. Arsenal also has a big deal with Adidas currently. The Visit Rwanda that Arsenal has with Rwandan government. Of course, clubs have different sources of income. I want to tackle something that you said earlier. You said European teams think that the
life evolves around them.
That is very wrong.
Okay, let me. Have you heard teams from Africa, teams from Europe, teams from Brazilian? I don't know what they call themselves. South America.
Yes.
Have you heard teams from Asia? Have you heard teams for Oceania? What do they call? Have you heard them complain about this club?
Of course they did. Some of them complained.
Which club?
Some clubs in Brazil complained
about
it.
Wait. The only
some clubs affected the MLS.
Apart from
even people in MLS complained that
apart from FIFA Pro or what do they call that their human rights body? FIFA Pro.
FIFA and that is the player union.
They call it FIFPRO.
FIFPRO.
Jurgen Klopp, Raphinha. I'm not limiting them to those names. Those are the only major names in stakeholders that criticize this competition. Klopp said this is the most useless innovation.
That is
FIFA,
what he said was that this is what Klopp said, and that is why
he said it's the most terrible innovation.
He's a terrible.
So if something is terrible, is useless. Now wait. What is the motivation behind it? Also, Raphinha said players are meant to be resting and they are playing football. That's because Barcelona never participated in that competition. Let's get that straight.
Did
you hear what Arsene Wenger said? You are saying they are not looking at.
Wait now.
You said it's cash grab. Why did they now change it from every year to 4 years? You know it's now 4 years.
Yes.
Unlike every year that is December. Now we had a competition in 2025. Now the next one should be like 2029.
Yes.
And you are saying it's cash grab.
It's cash grab.
Why is it cash grab?
That is the point.
Are they not supposed to be making that money every year?
People who were behind this Club World Cup expansion.
So wait, do you think this competition is better than the previous competitions?
This one.
In terms of publicity?
No, it's not.
In terms of
It is not.
Wow.
It is not.
Wow.
Because this one includes people that have no business with the Club World Cup in itself. Chelsea on a good day have no business in the Club World Cup.
You are an Arsenal fan now, so you are not happy Chelsea won.
I don't have to be an Arsenal
fan. You guys never win anything now. Don't bring Chelsea now. No. I've never heard any Chelsea fan. At least I know about 10 None of them has ever said we had no business in this Club World Cup. Only Arsenal fan, and it's understandable.
Do you think
you guys have always gone trophyless? We have always gone trophyless. No, because I'm an Arsenal fan. What do you mean?
Most aside PSG are by merit.
Because they are
the only ones who are justified to be in this club.
Okay, wait now. European clubs, they really feel life evolves around them, and that is wrong.
It is not.
That is wrong.
Okay, do you know the number of games that is also played in the Brazilian league? Do you know the number of games that is also played in Saudi Arabia? Do you know the number of games they play in MLS in itself?
Can I ask you a question?
Do you know the number of games
I want to ask
they
you a
play
question.
in
I just want to ask you a
Oceania?
question. Have you heard all the 32 teams that participated in this competition? Have you heard a single club complain about this club?
Yes, many clubs complain.
club?
Even Madrid threatened to not participate in it. And
that was not this year.
It was this year.
It's not this year.
It was
they
this year.
threatened to boycott
they threatened it last
2 years ago. Yeah.
No.
Because
they
threatened
and
it
to
was because of revenue.
Last year. No,
because they felt
it's not because of revenue. Wait, listen.
It's because of revenue.
Listen.
Because
they
I read
last
it.
year. No. You are getting it wrong.
No. Ancelotti even said it that the money, the revenue is not worth it. Yes. Carlo Ancelotti said it that the revenue.
It is not worth it because they are also earning money from.
Do you know how much
they can get from the Club World Cup?
Chelsea just earned.
If they say
from
it's
this
not
Club
worth
World
it, it's because they don't need it. That is to tell you that it is just a cash grab.
No, I don't agree.
It's because Madrid can still get more money. So you can see that it's not the Club World Cup that is going to give them money.
So let me just speak about
the health. Can you see my point now?
Let me just speak about the health of the players. Because it's important to look at
they are looking for.
It's important to look at.
Madrid in itself is a global brand.
I agree with you.
And you know that. Is it the Club World Cup that wants to give them the chicken feed that they collected from
the fact that
the Club World Cup?
The fact that Madrid does not need the money does not mean clubs like Chelsea, other clubs who are not up to. Are you telling me Juventus does not need that money? Juventus is almost like Juventus is not part of the top 10 richest clubs on Forbes.
Oh, they are.
Forbes.
Oh, they are. Do you know
Forbes?
Do you know who their owner is? He owns a big automobile company.
Forget about their owner. Forget about their. He's not.
Do you know that?
He's not investing all the money in his automobiles. I'm just telling you what I just read yesterday. Top 10. What do they call them?
Richest clubs.
No, not richest clubs. There is a term they used. I can't recollect. Most valuable clubs. Juventus is not in top 10. After this episode, I'll show you. Top 10. Quote me anywhere on Forbes magazine. It's not Honourable's magazine. Forbes. So like I said, it's the fact that, and meanwhile, Madrid they've not come out to say they don't need it anyways. If they don't need it, they won't feel bad they lost to PSG. So what I'm just saying is that revenue-wise, improve competition. Unlike those days. Wait now. Imagine in those days, European teams, like you said, they would just come in the semi-final as if they are chairmen. Imagine clubs from Africa, come from South America, they would have started from maybe opening game. And some boys, some chairmen, they would just come in with it.
Because by merit, they are.
That's what I'm saying now.
By merit, of course. Are you telling me that those clubs are better than the European clubs?
I would have responded.
By merit.
You know me and you, we had an argument yesterday.
Yes, I know. But by merit, you say that they are coming in there. Can you tell me that an Al-Ahly in Egypt is better than PSG?
No.
Can you answer that question?
No,
so by merit, if they enter the semi-final, are they not justified?
But in terms of
by merit, if they enter are they not justified?
Let me answer that question. In terms of
because if they start, they will beat them. Why is it that it's only European clubs that go to the final? Where do you see a Brazilian club into the final?
They were at least they entered the semi-final.
Now that it's very glaring. Okay.
But do you agree? Wait, it's like you don't agree that the competition has improved.
It has not.
Wow.
Now that
competition has not improved.
It has not.
Now it has not. When has a club ever from Saudi Arabia played FIFA Club World Cup?
Of course, they played in the last when Al Nassr won the Champions League.
That's what I'm saying now. Just like 2 years ago. When FIFA is improving this competition.
They are not.
And I'm shocked that you are saying the competition has not improved.
Wow. That is what I want to see.
Do you know how many people sat down in front of their screen to watch FIFA Club World Cup?
Oh, really?
I'm an example. I've never watched FIFA Club World Cup before.
An example does not give credence to other people.
That's the easiest example.
Your example does not give credence to what is the numbers.
Wow.
What is the numbers?
Unfortunately, I don't have that at the
What's the numbers?
But do you know that?
How many people even bother to get less about the final with
no, that's
PSG and Chelsea?
That's not correct. That's not
how
correct.
Many people
that
cared
is
less?
Not correct. That is not correct. Do you know
how accessible was it?
What?
Yes.
No, you know
how accessible was it?
You are just hell bent on condemning this competition.
How accessible was it?
Something that we could watch on our screens. You are saying that was not accessible.
It was not.
Were you able to watch it?
Yes, I was able to watch it.
Do you know that even prior to the start of the competition, even FIFA, they had to lower Yeah, and that's part of you. That's part of me telling you that competition was never cash grab for a ticket holder to reduce the ticket fee. Do you know?
They turned into Agege Stadium. That's why.
Do you know since
they turned into Agege Stadium of 500
naira? Do you know since Arsenal fans
why would they reduce it so low? Of course, we know how much it costs to watch just a league game in England.
Anyway,
why would they reduce it so low? It is because people were running away from.
Who are the people?
Of
people
course,
based in US.
Not just people based in US.
People based in Nigeria were watching FIFA Club World Cup.
We know when it comes to Argentine clubs, Brazilian clubs, and even European clubs, people will take the cost to travel. But even at the $11, because that was the amount that the FIFA reduced it to, at some point it was very high, and FIFA reduced it to $11. But many people still abstained from buying the tickets, and it was well improved, well publicized.
Okay.
But people could
in my own opinion,
people did not want to buy $11 ticket to watch a final. Think about it.
Okay.
And it was improved.
Who are those people?
Think about
Who are those people?
Of course, club supporters now.
Some of us never went to stadium before in our lives. People like me.
Because
apart from Unicorn Stadium.
People in Europe
stadium
can afford flight tickets, lodging tickets,
so
and
you think
money
so you think it's because the competition
and they did not want to attend this
let's just round up so that we don't keep
just look at this Sundowns game at that point in time.
Thank you for bringing up Sundowns. Just like I kept on saying, is it about money for the owners of the clubs or for FIFA? I don't think so, because like I've maintained in the last 5-10 minutes, you keep saying, where do you think clubs will get this money from? That's one. And for me, the competition has really improved, because unlike before, like I just told you, European clubs will just come in through the back door. As a matter of fact, they play the semi-final, and in most cases they win, they get to the final, and they become champions. Who becomes champion by playing just 2 matches? It is morally and ethically wrong. And the administrator of the competition has now changed it that no, we are not going through this again. Let's go through a normal group phase. And you are saying it is about cash. Since any day, anytime, any competition holds, it has money. Are you saying money is not involved? Money has to be involved in it. Why am I? That I'm shouting on this podcast?
That is money at the detriment of
players' health.
Yes. Okay. And that is the most important. You just said so many things now that I want to talk about. I want to counter. For example, you said, the European teams entered there
through the back
door, and it's very unethical. Of course not. I've said it before.
So you agree that a team should play just 2 matches and win?
Yes, yes. As long as they are
that's interesting.
They are by merit.
By 2 games.
Yes, by 2 games.
Which competition anywhere in the world do you play 2 matches and become champions? Your mate your mate from Africa, your mate from South America, they are playing about, is it 5 or 7? You just come, you play 2 matches, automatic semi-final, bam, you win.
As long as they can get there. So, as long as they've shown over the years that
you can't compare that from.
Okay, see for you're saying this thing. See, for example, when Inter Milan beat TP Mazembe, or even when Madrid beat Al Hilal 5-2 in 2022. Yes. Are you telling me that Al Hilal all of a sudden just because they are a small team, and now that they've now played each other, we've seen the result that even these big teams are way bigger, and so by merit, even if they have gone into they should maintain the 2.
Yes,
they could have maintained it. Well, and then look at it. Just look at it. You play Premier. For example, I'm going to give the one in England. You play Premier League of 38 games. You play FA Cup of many rounds till you get to the final. You play Carabao Cup
plus or minus 6-7 matches.
Play Carabao Cup.
Same 7 matches.
You play the Champions League.
Yes.
Which now has been expanded as well.
Have you ever criticized that Champions League mode?
The Champions League is different. The Champions League.
So you agree that you ever have the right
prestige.
Okay.
The Champions League is more prestige.
Club World Cup is not FIFA Club World Cup.
Club World Cup
organized by the ruling world body.
No.
But I agree to some extent. I agree that they need to take.
Real Madrid had to bribe their players $1 million.
What do you mean bribe?
They try to bribe their players to motivate them. They try to motivate them with money. And if it was the Champions League, they wouldn't need to use money to motivate them.
If I tell you to come and wait now, if I tell you to come to my podcast for $1 million, is that bribe? Is that bribe? If I bring you to this podcast and I say, okay, if you come, I'll give you $1 million. If you talk very well, if you can get me 1 million subscribers on all my social media platforms, and I'll give you $5 million, is that bribe?
That's not a bribe.
That's an incentive.
It's just
It's for you to I want to motivate you that if you get this result, this is the prize, and that is what life is about.
What if me? I just want to come so I can get popularity. I don't need the money.
That's what I'm saying now.
I don't need the money, so I shouldn't.
You mentioned that earlier. You said Real Madrid, for example, does not. And I told you that the fact that Real Madrid does not need that money, that does not mean clubs like Mamelodi Sundowns, Al Hilal, all these clubs don't need it.
That's why it is the small teams that are. Wait, I'm coming. See, for example, you said it's just the small clubs that can also gain from it. That is why the small clubs.
No, I didn't say that.
Okay, what did you say?
I said the fact that Real Madrid. You made that claim.
Yes.
You said Real Madrid don't need the money, according to the analyst.
Yes.
Not according to any notable quote. I'm not saying your quote is not
according
notable.
to me.
Good. And I said that does not mean clubs like Enyimba Football Club of Aba, Raymond Stars, Ali Ali, Botafogo, all these Brazilian River Plate. That does not mean they don't need the money. Do you know how many players have been signed from this FIFA Club World Cup? At the top of my head, I know two players from two Brazilian leagues that have been signed in the course of this competition. And you are saying this competition is just about money. Players are being noticed. Agents are popularizing their player, and you're saying is the only thing I can agree is that the health, yes, maybe FIFA needs to work around, agree on. Do you know that even this health, Premier League, all leagues in the world give break. Premier League does not. They've never given breaks. They play till December. They play till January.
That's not true. Premier League clubs gave 2 weeks break.
Which
last season?
To who?
Of course, to clubs.
Which club?
They gave
Which
2
break?
weeks break.
Which
It was a cycle. Some clubs could take the 2 weeks break. So at one point,
some clubs were playing.
Yes.
So is that a break?
It was a break.
No,
they've not given.
That's not a break. That's not a break.
Premier League
do you know how
a break that they kind of scheduled it? It was a scheduled break for.
Do you know how other leagues?
Other clubs will
do you know how other leagues does it?
Yes.
Do you know the meaning of break actually?
Yes.
A break is no activity. That's why they say. That's why they say.
FIFPRO,
public holiday, Christmas break.
According to FIFPRO, they only did 3 weeks in a season.
Ooh.
FIFPRO.
Oh, okay. No, I'm not.
If the Premier League,
I don't like the fact that we are digressing.
2 weeks scheduled again. And
do you know how La Liga, Serie A, Bundesliga? Do you know how they give break? They shut down the entire league, the whole activity in their country completely for. If it is 3 days, if it is 1 week, if it is 2 weeks, no football activity. But you're saying Premier League,
this has
club
has been shut too for most of.
It has never happened in Premier League. It has been never happened in Premier League.
Because of the expanded Champions League.
That's why I'm saying
games.
I agree that players' health, because I'm a human being at the end of the day.
Yes.
Players' health needs to be looked. But I don't agree that it's just for the money. That's what I don't agree. Look at the injury of Rodri. Look at the injury of Rodri. Look at the injury of David Alaba. Look at the injury of
season injury,
Bukayo Saka.
Not Club World
Cup. Look at the injury of.
That's what I'm saying. World Cup is because after you've played so many games.
That's why I told you. That's why I told you that if you don't understand.
If you're a football player, you've played 60 games in the season. And you know the fatigue that it will cause to play 60 games and the cramps that will happen in the legs. They now say, because of money, come and play. It's just showing that it's just because of money.
Have you landed?
It's just because of money.
Just land.
Then look at the injury of Jamal Musiala. Look at so many players too.
Do you agree that was an accident?
It was an accident, but it was also an injury.
Accident happens in life.
If this money grab Club World Cup was not there, if
he wouldn't have been injured.
He wouldn't have been injured.
So that means we should cancel. That means we should cancel Premier League too.
No, it's different. Most of the people who brought this idea were business people who have never played football. They don't know what it means to play 60 games in a season. And then come and play another 7 games that you can get injured.
So the ones Michel Platini. Do you know what happened to Michel Platini that played football to the highest? You know, journalists. You don't have to play football to be an administrator. The owner of Mamelodi Sundowns is not a footballer and is the current CAF chairman. Forget about what ended up the likes of Michel Platini, who played football to the highest level of his life. It was found to be corrupt. So let's leave the fact that you play football and that means you know. No, if that is the case, Diego Maradona was a terrible coach. So let's leave them. Okay, you play football. That means you have to know how to manage or administer football. No, please don't let us even go there. Thierry Henry was a very good coach. He was a very good player. Up to today, he's a terrible coach. That's why some Arsenal fans believe he has no right to even criticize Arteta. But anyway, let you conclude. Round up in maybe 2-3 minutes because we have time. We've spent a lot of time.
Thank you very much. You know, looking at this Club World Cup again, we can see that it was just money. The FIFA found it very difficult. FIFA found it very difficult to get sponsors, and the only people who came in to sponsor this Club World Cup was DAZN. It's only people who are bringing in big money, and the money that FIFA wants to get in itself from selling the sponsorship in itself is why they brought this expansion. If Dazin didn't come there, if Dazin didn't bring up to $1 billion, we wouldn't even have the Club World Cup in the first place. And we can look at the fact that they announced this Club World Cup over a year and a half ago, and many people were saying, even Madrid said, threatening that they were not going to attend. They were not going to attend it because after playing 60 games in a season, and you now want them to play another 6-7 games, it is detrimental to their players. Even as the only incentive is because it is just for money.
Okay, I think
it is just for money grab.
Okay, I think
and money for FIFA, not even for the clubs, not always for the clubs.
I think you have made your point.
It is just money for FIFA to get revenue and money for sponsorship.
Okay, so
money that they can sell for rights, TV rights.
Okay, so you've made your conclusion, and we don't have to agree. We don't have to belong to the same school of thought. But like I said in the course of this podcast, this episode, we are all entitled to our own opinion. That does not mean our opinions are correct or wrong. You know, immediately Jurgen Klopp made that statement, Arsene Wenger knocked that feedback. That's the fact that you believe you cannot say is the most terrible innovation FIFA has ever done. I can remember when FIFA brought in golden goals. People condemned golden goal. Why will you just bring golden goal? That means first to score automatically wins the game. Then FIFA upgraded that rule. It changed. So that's what I'm saying. Rules are going to be changing. Organizations of competition. Till today, I'm not sure I've ever read anywhere, I stand to be corrected, that the mode of organization of organizing how UEFA organized the Champions League, how they rearranged the Champions League to a league phase. Nobody has ever criticized it because it's Europe, you know. I remember I wanted to chip this in earlier on. The owner of Mamelodi Sundowns, CAF president to be precise, said history will remember this competition because ordinarily they were not even supposed to participate according to you, but due to the rearrangement, the organization of the competition, it has brought inclusiveness. Underline that, yes, players' health, do they need to be looked into? Obviously, yes. And I'm sure FIFA will be meeting key stakeholders to address, because health of players are much concerned. Look at the quality games that we even saw Luis Enrique fighting Joao Pedro just because they lost the final, and you're saying that is cash grab. How much will PSG had won to make a coach who just won the Champions League to go and be fighting someone who has never won anything in his life? So you know. So for me, yes, players' health should be looked into, but to say the competition is about cash grab, I completely disagree. Like I said, I'm using myself as an example. This is the first time in my life I would sit down to watch FIFA Club World Cup because I've never fancied it, because I will always be like, PSG will win it. PSG will win it. Just the same way most fans felt, PSG will defeat Chelsea in the final. So that's what, imagine Chelsea wouldn't have been part of that competition on a normal ground. It would have just been a walk away from. Botafogo defeated PSG. Fluminense defeated Inter Milan. Al Hilal knocked out Manchester City. Manchester City, a rich club who spent over 300 million in the last January transfer. And your guy Guardiola, anyways, let me chip that in, who wasted money, anyways. But like I said, it has been an interesting topic. My conclusion took a bit longer than expected.
I want to say something that, like Jurgen Klopp said, the injuries that will come to Chelsea, the injuries that will come to other clubs, time will tell.
Jurgen Klopp is not good.
This coming season, we are going to see.
Thank you very much for coming to
this Club World Cup.
Honourable
We are going to
Football
see the
Diaries.
results with injuries that will come. Time will tell.
Let's round up.
That's
Thank you very
point.
much for coming to another amazing episode
Thank you very
of
much.
Honourable Football Diaries. This has
Thank you for
been
inviting
a
me.
very interesting episode. As always, that is what Honourable Football Diaries is known for. We banter ourselves, we argue, we are not even supposed to agree.
And we even educate people as well.
Exactly, because football is not only about kicking football.
Of course.
It's about educating our audience. It's about educating the fans. Thank you very much for coming.
Thank you very much.
To my esteemed viewers, thank you very much for watching another interesting episode of Honourable Football Diaries. Remember, this is the only football podcast where banter meets bold take and no position is offside. You will agree with me that in this episode and in all our previous episodes, we've always made bold assertions, bold comments, bold claims. That is why we want you to engage us in our comment section. Let's have the comment section buzzing. We are on all social media platforms, X, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Thank you very much. See you same time next week, and God bless you all.